Hey traders, Jason here from Leavitt Brothers. Hope you're well. In this video, I'm going to take a different approach to analyzing the market. Typically, I look at the indexes and then I study the internals. The internals tell us if whatever's going on at the surface level is likely to continue or likely to end. Today, I'm going to take a different approach. I'm going to look at the leaders. Okay, regardless of what the internals tell us, and they're very important. They tell us a lot of good information. The market is going to follow the leaders. Okay. If the leaders move up, the indexes will do the same, and then individual stocks will eventually follow along. But if they move down, then the opposite chain reaction will play out. So these are what I'm going to talk about today. Is I'm going to talk about the leading stocks. They're leading stocks in terms of market cap and influence, but they're also leading in terms of posting big gains the last few months and being on Wall Street's radar. If you follow social media, these are a lot of the stocks that have been talked about over and over and over. Many of these stocks have been profiled at Leavitt Brothers. Most of them have been profiled more than once. Okay, so let's flip through them. I have a lot of charts here, so I'm not going to spend a lot of time. I'm just going to get a general gist of what's going on in the market based on what the leaders are doing. All right, so let's go through it. All right, here's alarm. Big rally. Been in consolidation mode for the last couple weeks. Okay, higher high, matching the low here. Kind of a broadening pattern. Amazon, uptrend, falling wedge. Stock is unchanged going back a couple weeks. Apple, one of the biggest companies on the planet, high early in the month, fell hard, fell about 10%. Now it's in the middle of its high and recent low range. Okay, so it's unchanged going back a couple weeks. AVLR, falling wedge within an uptrend. Alteryx, choppy, messy stock, but the trend is in place. It is unchanged going back a month. Chewy, unchanged going back almost 2 months. So just a big consolidation pattern within a range, or within an uptrend, I should say. COUP, really big winner, great stock to trade. Broke out in June, rallied up again, and now it's once again being compressed by converging trend lines. It is unchanged going back several weeks. CrowdStrike, falling kind of channel pattern within an overall uptrend, but the stock is unchanged going back a month. Datadog, falling wedge within an uptrend. Stock is unchanged going back a month. DocuSign, huge rally, big winner. Now trading in a triangle pattern. Trend lines converge, they build energy and pressure, but the fact is it's still in a range, and the stock is unchanged going back nearly a month. Domo, we've traded this one several times, falling pattern within an uptrend. It's unchanged going back to the beginning of June. Elastic, unchanged going back almost 2 months. Trend lines are converging. Etsy, falling wedge pattern within an uptrend, unchanged going back a month. Facebook, unchanged going back unchanged going back 2 months. Kind of a sloppy pattern. Easily definable support and resistance are not there, but you can see that there's just a big range at its high. Fastly, ran up probably too far, fell hard, and now it's been consolidating in a range. It hasn't moved. The net change over the last 4 weeks is Zippo. Google, higher high, matched the low, kind of an expanding pattern. This is at the high, so again, unchanged going back a few weeks. GSX, education stocks doing well. Stock ran up hard after taking out resistance in the second week of June. It's in consolidation pattern. The trend lines are converging, which again act to build kind of pressure and energy into the position, but again, mostly consolidation range. Linvango, been a good trading candidate for us. We've traded a few times. Support and resistance not clearly defined. It's got a lot of long tails on those candles, but you can't deny the fact that it's unchanged going back a few weeks, and it's mostly in consolidation mode within the uptrend. MDB, big consolidation pattern lasting about 2 months. Melly, trying to break out to a new high, but still, top end of its range, which, as of yesterday's open, the stock was unchanged going back a month. Microsoft, falling pattern within an uptrend, unchanged going back a month. Match.com, or match group, trying to break out today, but it's got a lot of resistance overhead, and even if it does break out and trade up here above the resistance line, there's still a lot of highs within the pattern that have to be taken out. So I can still consider this to be a consolidation pattern within an uptrend. Cloudflare, again, consolidation pattern within an uptrend. The stock is unchanged going back several weeks. NVIDIA, falling wedge pattern, looks great. Great company, great everything, but resting within an uptrend. One Connect, wide pattern. Huge gain this year. Been a great trading candidate for those who've hit it, but recently there's been some huge moves. So overall, it's trading in a range. It's down near the bottom of its range. Okta, consolidation pattern within an uptrend. Stock is unchanged going back nearly 2 months. Palo Alto Networks, similar. Trend is up since the March low. The stock's getting squeezed by converging trend lines. But the reality is this is a consolidation pattern within an uptrend. The stock's unchanged going back to the end of May, and then it's unchanged going back to the February highs. Peloton, trying to break out today. Consolidation pattern within an uptrend. PayPal, triangle pattern within an uptrend. Stock's unchanged going back a month. Roku, broke out at the beginning of the month. Now it's perched up here at a high, but it's traded 3 weeks within these trend lines that are drawn. So consolidation pattern again. C Limited, falling wedge pattern within an uptrend. Shopify, falling wedge pattern within an uptrend. Great stock, great everything, but over the last month, it's basically resting. Square, converging trend lines, squeezing energy into it, but still. Okay, this stock's probably going to go higher, but for now, it is resting within an uptrend. TAL Education stock's doing really well. This one's trying to break out today, but it's mostly in a consolidation range. It's been there since the beginning of July. TDOC, same thing. Converging trend lines, resting pattern within an uptrend. Tesla, resting pattern within an uptrend. Been really volatile lately, up to 1,800, down to 1,400. Big range days, big range over the last couple of weeks. It is resting within an uptrend. Trade Desk, falling wedge within an uptrend. Vive, resistance isn't perfect. So I don't know if I'd consider that a resistance trend line, but uptrends solidly in place, and but it's consolidation mode. Workhorse, kind of a flyer, okay, jumping on Tesla's tail because it does electric stuff. Ran up high, came down hard, but it's been resting for the last few weeks. Walmart, not the tech leader, but still trading in a range over the last couple weeks. Zoom, obviously on Wall Street's radar for a long time. Got support from its 50 several times. Now it's in a falling wedge pattern within an uptrend. ZS, same thing. Steady uptrend, ascending triangle pattern, converging trend lines, act to build pressure and energy into the stock, but it is consolidation pattern within an uptrend. All right, so pure and simple, the market's leading stocks are in consolidation mode. They've posted big gains and have provided us with great trades over the last few months. But right now, they're mostly just bouncing around in ranges. There's nothing wrong with this. But as traders, we need to recognize that ranges in place, that the ranges are in place, and we need to lower our expectations, because until these ranges resolve one way or another, we're probably not going to get big moves. So even if the market tries to move up, or the advanced decline line does something, moves up, moves down, like this big group of leading stocks, and again, they lead in terms of influence, but they also lead in terms of being kind of quote unquote hot stocks that Wall Street is closely following. Unless these stocks move, like whatever happens with the overall market is probably going to revert to the mean. All right, so thanks for listening. Come check us out at Leavitt Brothers, where we offer market analysis and trading ideas to the financial community. All first-time subscriptions come with a 2-week free trial, so there's no risk checking us out. See you next time.